Hey everybody, we back again. I'm Spencer. Shut up. I'm Spencer, and we have our licensed clinical therapist, Naz.
Doctor.
There you go. This is the Different Spectrums podcast where we talk about movies, shows, and all the mental health aspects that surround them. We also like to have some laughs, so don't take us too seriously.
Or do. It's up to you.
There you go. Also, don't forget to run up those likes for us. We'd really appreciate it. So before we get into it, you already saw the promo for Cure and Bubs Naturals. Well, actually, whatever. DSP 20% off. We also have a couple new sponsors. Pinfinity. They have nice, cool pins that you can put on like your backpacks and things like that. And you can use your phone to do augmented reality, and then they show cool graphics on there. So there you go. And then we also have Silver Dollar Candle, which they just have really cool candles now with nice sayings on them. Yeah. You can get 20% off. You can get 20% off all of those if you go to our link tree in our So with that out of the way, we welcome two of our old school guests.
Yeah.
It's old school now. Wow.
Finally.
Barely been a year, but
been going for half of it.
True. So first off, Salim, the guy with the face.
Put it anywhere except for a milk carton, I'll be fine.
What?
He said the guy with the face. I said put it anywhere beside a milk carton, I will be fine.
That makes sense. That actually does make sense.
Funny. Yeah,
it's funny.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
He's not lost.
All right, Colin, you're up next. What's your little witty banter you got?
Yeah, it's hard one to top. Glad to be back on the show.
I literally just asked him 10 minutes ago. It's awesome.
Oh my God.
Why aren't you prepared for this?
I literally guilted him. I'm like, if you don't come, I will not see you in August. He's like, okay.
Fine, I guess. All right. So thank you everybody for coming on to the show today. We appreciate both of you.
We love you.
Anytime,
huh?
Anytime, huh? We're gonna hold you that.
Yeah, I know. Shouldn't have said that. It's on film now. So today we are taking a look at Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, which is the second movie in the trilogy. We're just going to be taking a look at Fat Bastard and Mini-Me, the two greatest characters of all time.
Yep.
We're going to be just looking at, a little bit of depression, a little bit of, antidepressants. We're going to be taking a look at baby back ribs. How you want your baby back ribs.
Behavior modification therapy.
Sure. Let's say that. Yeah, let's go along with it. But yeah, so we're going to be taking a look at two scenes. Before we get into it, Nas, anything?
So folks, obviously we've got two of the old timers here, and it's going to be a funny podcast. We're going to do some therapy. We're going to talk about some neurodivergent stuff, but we are going to have some laughs in this one, so be prepared for that. We have a lot of really long and tough pods, and so we're going to throw this in the mix to have people just laugh and chill with us. You know how it is. Every time we have Slim on, we're gonna be talking stuff, trying to work on my swearing.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff. I did that as well.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
All right, let's get into it. Let's have some fun. Really excited. Oh, I got news. So the link tree has all this new stuff in it because I redid a bunch of stuff, put in some new apps, getting some donations rolling in. Thank you. But one funny thing is California has now supplanted everyone as our top listener. So sorry, Minneapolis and Jersey. I'm sorry. Shout out to Los Angeles.
You know what? At least my state held it for a little bit.
They did.
They were champs for a little bit. Well, Michigan just
Michigan. I looked, it's like a 14th or something. It's 9 or 10. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it is. Fuck, Virginia's higher. People in Virginia, over where Colin lives, are listening. Colin, your whole family's probably listening in Virginia. You don't even know.
He just has his daughter on. It's just on the phone, like
she likes to hit buttons. Okay, let's get into it. Let's have some fun. Whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo, woo.
Whoop.
Oh,
didn't know we were
okay.
still doing bub rub.
Yeah, like you haven't been with the pod for the last year.
Oh my
Are you
God.
saying whoop, whoop?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I like how it just stares at us.
Like a baked potato. He's like,
Yeah. He's one of them baked white. He's a white potato. One of them yellow potatoes.
Them rare white
yeah.
potatoes.
Oh, dude.
I'm leaving all this in, all of it. All right, folks. I'm sorry.
Hey everyone, before we get into the show, please check out our collaborator, Bubs Naturals. They sell a variety of health and wellness products, including collagen peptides, MCT oil powder, coffee, apple cider vinegar gummies, and other amazing products. Go to bubsnaturals.com and use our code DSP20 to get 20% off your entire order. I just ordered their apple cider and vinegar gummies, and I'm excited to try them. If you are looking for a high-quality, all-natural health and wellness product, Bubs Naturals is a great option. The company offers a wide variety of items that are designed to improve overall health and well-being. So go check them out, and remember to use our code DSP20 when you check out. And with that, let's get into the show.
Dr. Evil, several years ago we invested in a small Seattle-based coffee company. Today, Starbucks offers premium quality coffee at affordable prices. Delish. Dr. Evil, if we shift our resources away from evil empires and towards Starbucks, we can increase our profits 5-fold.
Number two, I make the decisions here, okay? I demand a little respect.
Dr. Evil, you have a little of the...
Silence! I will not tolerate your insolence. Frau Verbissena, wie geht es Ihnen?
Sehr gut, Herr Doctor.
How are things?
I have come to embrace the love that dare not speak its name. To my right is my lover. We met at the LPGA tour. Her name is Yuna Brau.
Right on. Welcome, Unibrow.
Doctor, you,
What?
have a little, milk, nose, mustache.
I knew. Meant to. It's how we drink it in Belgium. It's called a Belgian dip.
Dr. Evil, while you were frozen, we began a program to clone you.
Cool.
Send in the clown!
He is exactly like you in every way. Except 1/8 your size.
Breathtaking. I shall call him Mini-Me. Your stock is rising, number two. Come, Mr. Bigglesworth. Mini-Me, are you hungry? Something to eat? Not even a Hot Pocket? An Eggo? No, we don't gnaw on our kitty. Leave Mini Mr. Bigglesworth alone. Just love him, stroke him. As you know, every diabolical scheme that I've hatched has been thwarted by Austin Powers. And why is that, ladies and gentlemen?
Because you never kill him when you get the chance to and you're a big dope?
No. Down, Mini-Me. No. Austin Powers always defeats me because he has mojo.
Mojo?
Mojo. The libido, the life force, the essence, the right stuff. What the French call a certain... I don't know what. Ladies and gentlemen, I've developed a device for traveling through time which I call a time machine. Using this time machine, I'm going to go back to the 60s and steal Austin Powers' mojo.
If you have a time machine, Why not just go back and kill Austin Powers when he's sitting on the crapper or something?
How about no, Scott, okay?
Why not use your knowledge of the future to play the stock market? We could make trillions.
Why make trillions when we could make billions? May I present to you my spy in the Ministry of Defense? Fat bastard.
First things first, where's your shitter? I've got a turtle head poking out.
Charming.
I'm not kidding. I got a crap on deck that could choke a donkey. Oh, it's squidgy. Oh, Christ, I'm getting all emotional from it, you know?
Right. Fat bastard, could I have my mojo, please?
Where's my money?
All right, give him his money.
Jesus Christ, he's tiny. I've had bigger chunks of corn in my crap.
Wait a minute. He kinda looks like a baby.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you. I'm bigger than you, I'm higher in the food chain. Get in my belly. Come on. You're lucky, wee man. Ah.
Can I have a hug?
Dr. Evil, let me make you a deal, all right? You get the mojo, you keep your money, and I'll get your baby.
Right.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs.
Excuse me.
Chili baby back ribs.
So we are back once again.
And we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Is live. Like Saturday
On
Night
Monday night.
Live. Monday night live, Monday night raw. We're live. I'm done. That was terrible.
Thanks a lot. If you haven't seen Austin Powers, it's all about a man of mystery. So it's just a spoof on old British spy movies, pretty much, but funny. Ha ha ha. So that's a spoof. And so it's all about him. And in this movie, it's about him being a agent while losing his wife from the first movie. And so now he's trying to find his mojo again after Fat Bastard steals it and gives it to Dr. Evil. And so that's where we kind of are in the scenes, is where we get the introduction of Mini-Me. Yes, good old Mini-Me. And then kind of going through the scenes, Mini-Me obviously loves Dr. Evil and hates his son. I forgot what his name again. Scott.
Forgot too.
Scott.
Yep.
Yeah. Hates Scott with a passion. Wanted to burn him alive in his chair.
Yeah. Tries to kill him, I think, a few times.
A lot of times, yes.
Yeah.
And then, so with that, alrighty. So then, tries to kill Scott a couple times, and then we get to Fat Bastard. He's just a fat guy who's evil. There's nothing really going on with that character. So yeah, and then of course Fat Bastard loves eating babies because he ate a baby. So
yeah, well, that came out of nowhere. I think he's just a big dude that likes eating things, and he saw this little tiny creature,
yeah.
Was he a known cannibal?
Baby.
Yeah, it's a cannibal. Go
Not
figure.
even animals. He literally only ate a baby.
Yeah, there you go.
There you are. So he's a baby eater. Want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. So, Nas, what were you thinking when you first saw this scenes?
First off, I remember me and you, we want to do something funny, and then we started talking about some Mike Myers stuff, and And we started laughing about that. We watched Shrek, and then we're like, hey, let's do this. So then we thought about bringing Salim in. And then we were like, wait a minute, let's do the mini-me scenes, and let's get the new baby daddy involved. Collins. He's already nervous. He's like, why did I do it? I don't understand.
This was a mistake.
This was a miss. Did someone say steak? No, mistake. Sorry. Different movie. I don't know. I look at Colin sometimes, man. I look at the little girl, baby E, and I'm just like, this is twin. And people be like, oh, it looks like the mom. And like, are you cross-eyed? Like, how does that look like the mom? This looks just like her. No, it don't. So I think it's quite funny because I visualize them, my neurodivergent ass, kind of me and my dad will visualize the baby just being like the spitting image of Colin, just like pacing the house. So we've made some jokes where, you know, Colin likes to pace. We figured he'd be pacing and the baby will be pacing with him, and the dog's got ADHD and anxiety. So the dog will be all three of them just pacing.
Just driving Heather insane.
Yeah.
Everyone's pacing.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Someone walks in. Is anything wrong? No, we're just having fun. We're just, we're enjoying ourselves, doing our little thing. As they walk in circles around the kitchen island.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, we already do that now on our little walker. She walks around it.
Oh my God.
Starting. The other day, he had her on the walker thingy, and he's video recording it. And she crashes into the kitchen cabinet and then looks at him, swings her big old head.
Like, why'd you put that there?
Yeah. How dare you put this kitchen here? I just think about him and her. Sometimes I'm like, Dad, I wonder what the kid's going to look like when she gets older. Is it just going to be like Colin with a bowl cut? Because technically, I seen him with that when he was in middle school. I seen the pictures. I'm like,
yeah.
Is it going to be like high school Colin, just skinny as heck? Like, I don't know what version of you. Is she going to be roided up? Who knows? Last thing now, I'm going to kick it to you, Colin. There's been some new revelations, podcast listeners. Colin's baby is what we call jacked. I've seen it. I don't know what he's putting in that milk. If it's creatine, muscle milk, collagen powder from Bub's Naturals.
Good one. Good product placement there.
I put the product placement in there.
Buffing up babies, you sicko.
Bub-ass baby.
Yeah, Bub's Naturals is really going to love this.
I'm just saying. Colin was, having to do handstands and planks, at 2 months. So.
Already got an 8-pack.
She's jacked, dude. I seen the lats. Colin says it's not muscle. Weigh in here, Colin. Is it muscle or not muscle?
It's probably fat rolls, considering she's got about 3 calves and an ankle fold that hangs over.
That's how you know you're too strong, because he's just like, that ain't real muscle. You're like, can't you let your child have a moment of muscle?
What?
I'll just show you the picture of her ankles. There's literally like a fat fold that hangs over the back of her foot.
When big dudes or like dudes would have them sneakers and they'd be blown out and they're kind of like sitting on the side of the sneakers. That's how I imagine her if she was to wear sneakers. Like they'd just be blown out on the sides.
Oh my God.
Sure.
Does she have tall socks on? Nope, that's what we call skin.
Cankles. Got some cankles on her.
Yeah, it's pretty much her thighs all the way down.
Cankles.
She's just a big girl.
All right. Well, you know what, Nas? You talk all this smack about Colin and his baby, and I'm looking at 2 fucking clones right now, bald-headed, bearded
wildebeests.
Why don't you get into it a little bit? Celine, why don't you get into the story about how your coworkers mistook Nas for somebody?
Yeah, well, before I started working there at Walmart, people keep coming when he was coming up to talk to me. People thought he was actually my dad. I'm like, no, that's my younger brother. People do that nowadays when we walk into Walmart together. They think he's still my dad for some reason.
Hold each other's
That
hands.
one, yeah, no, that one Thursday we went to Walmart to buy stuff. Friends of mine pulled me to the side on Friday. I'm like, who was that tall dude with you? I'm like, that was my brother. I'm like, oh, I mean, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, he looked exactly like your dad. I'm like, no, that's not my dad. That's my brother.
You sure?
Are you sure?
I'm like,
I mean,
you guys look alike.
I think so.
I don't know. I mean, he could be my dad. I don't know how. I mean, I'm pretty sure I wiped his dish, but somehow he's my dad.
I'm like, no.
Dude, every time we go into Walmart now, I'm just like, I want to tease him and be like, hey, kid.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I know they all look at me and like I'm just like legit shopping and seems like talking to people on the side. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like a dad vibe. Like, stop effing around. Like, we got lettuce to buy.
Right? Yeah.
But we
like,
forget the toilet paper again.
Yeah.
We'll be taking showers.
Yep. You keep telling me like you take 8 showers a day. I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's a whole different story. Salim exercise and Salim likes to be like clean, so if he sweats, showers. So that's where we differ.
Give me like a month.
Yeah, for real. I think it's hilarious because now I introduce Salim as like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring my brother with me, and the people are like, I don't know if we're bringing people. I'm like, he's just like me. He's just 5 foot. And
Good way to describe him, I guess.
I'm like, do you like me? Yeah, I'm like, so you like Salim? He's just a 5 foot version. They're like, oh, fun thing.
I am not a Kit Kat.
No, you'd be like a mini Snickers. You
Fun size
funny
good and
person.
everything, I think.
Yeah, fun size. Is there fun size Kit Kats? I guess there's big ones.
They might have small ones.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do.
I'd be the.
I'm not a fun size Snickers.
I'm the
Fun fat Snickers.
Am I the king size? I don't know where we're going.
Fun fat Snickers.
He's the fun fat.
They should call it the slim fast king size Snickers.
Okay.
He's just going off.
I mean, Salim is losing weight, so I mean, yeah, he's the pretty one. I told my doctor the other day, I said, he looked just like me, and he's got this new medicine, he's losing weight. I said, shit, I looked at him the other day, I said, that's an attractive man. And the doctor goes, excuse me, sir? He's about to pass out. I said, that's a good looking man. I said, I'm about to oil up his tattoo. He's dead. Even Kyle's laughing. I'm telling you, he's crying now.
He's like, let's just keep rolling. Let's just keep rolling.
We got it. We can't. We got no more film left. I don't know. I think it's hilarious having a brother that looks just like you. The only time he doesn't look like me is when I get lazy and we don't like clean up his beard, and he's got like this full Irish. What's that hornswoggle looking beard?
Horns.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks like a little Irish dude. It's quite funny.
I'm like, people like, are you Irish? I'm like, no, I'm not Irish.
He's
definitely
not Irish.
It's just the way my beard grows.
Yeah. Funny stuff. Callan. All right, do you think about how close she is to you and how much she resembles you? Or do you think about like if she'll be like you or have some of your mannerisms? I know the other day I heard your wife talking about how you're going to do this and then she's going to do it and then Heather's just going to murder you both in your sleep.
Pretty much.
Things
I do. Mainly, I feel like joking and messing around with Heather. Like little tics that in mind that drive her crazy. Like, in a couple of years, there's going to be 2 of us wandering around here doing the exact same thing.
She is going to go.
She doesn't look like me with the bowl cut.
Yeah, hopefully not.
I mean, the greatest hairstyle for any gender.
Any gender. Yeah, just straight anime character, just straight bowl cut. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why my parents let me walk around like that for many years.
Who knows? I mean, technically, that was the fucking style back then, in the 80s and 90s.
Was it?
My mom did it to me too for a second there. I'm
Oh,
like,
Jim
Jesus.
Carrey? What the fuck are you talking about?
Jim Carrey.
Like, you know what? This movie Dumb and Dumber has a good ass haircut.
Yeah. I legit remember like my mom putting a bowl on my head and like trying to cut
my
it. Like I'm being for
God.
real.
Damn.
God, my parents never let that happen.
Yeah. Bad times.
Bowl cut.
You she seems pretty intelligent. So, you know, Colin's pretty smart too, but like Heather's smart, book smart. So I think she should be good.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully she gets a little bit from both of us.
Like I got a
And
feeling
maybe
she's.
she'll-
Go ahead.
I'll say maybe she'll, get an associate's degree at least. And like,
It only take her 5 years. This time around.
5. I think it's on 11.
I know. It'll take her 5.
Oh, it'll take
half
her
the
5.
time.
Oh, okay. Do you ever think about right being this new father and all that stuff? Do you ever think about other things that she could pick up? Like I think one thing that's funny, I feel like she's gonna want to learn things from you too. That's what kids do. She sees that you lift a lot. You have a baby jump chair with weightlifting objects on it. I feel like she's gonna be in sports. I feel like she's gonna be in sports.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't think I'll push her into something if she truly doesn't want to do it, but I'll definitely, I feel like, steer that way at first. But if she chooses dance or, I don't know, theater or something like that, keep an open mind.
You never know with kids these days.
Yeah. Never know. She might like art. She might, who knows? She might actually be good at reading, unlike us.
What is it?
Colin, ain't none of us read here. If you think one of us is smart enough to read on this podcast, you're very wrong.
Somebody's gonna read it to me.
Yeah. Fair. So I guess we'll see where the mini-me goes. I just think that if she was to lift or like exercise or anything athletic, I think you would enjoy it, but I'm not sure. Or would you become like obsessive like some of these dads and like push? Or you think you'd be like, whatever?
I don't think I'd push like that because that's something that my dad kind of did.
Oh.
With me and wrestling from like as a first grader all the way up through the school ages, which I didn't want to do, but he kind of pushed me into it. So I think I'd be more open to if she, doesn't want to do something, not force her on and like, oh, you're going to do it because I signed you up for it.
There you go.
Right.
All right. I said the other day, Spence, because Connie's the biggest talker. And the baby, she's like talking a lot now all day, every day. And she's just like kind of like whining. And I said, man, these two about to get in so many arguments, Heather and the baby. And Con's just going to be sitting there like, I don't fucking know what you want me to do.
I'm not getting in the middle of this. All right.
Yeah. You sit there with your
settle it yourselves.
Yeah. Colin's just going to be on his phone Googling things and trying to buy things. I'm not going to say what things, but just trying to buy things.
Yeah.
Or I know for 100%, I've done therapized this baby and Heather out. Baby's going to be like, when she's a teenager, well, I'm going to ask Dad. She's going to go ask Dad. Colin's going to be like, I don't know what you want me to say. So ask your mom. Like, I don't care what you do. She's like, you don't care? That Dad said I can do it. And then Heather's just going to murder them all. So.
Oh, boy.
Those
teenage years is going to be one hell of a ride for y'all.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be
She's
fun.
going to be like, hey, Dad, can I get a car? And we're like, no.
Well, no, Colin actually might like that because then he gets to go shopping for one.
Yeah, I know.
Shopping. So they're going to be like, is this the price? Cool. Let's go.
Yeah. I'll get the new one. You get this one.
Yeah. You get the hand-me-down.
Yeah, you get the hand-me-down, which is still brand new.
Yeah, I know.
Make sure it's a good sized car for her to ride in, not no like short little mini bug car that people drive around in. You used to drive around.
She's gonna be a 14-year-old girl, Slim. It's fine. She's not a
That's 10.
350-pound Mexican like me and you.
Not gonna be Shaq.
Yeah, that's true. I can't fit in this car no more. What happened? I grew too much.
See? All right. So, some jokes about that. It was nice to have you on the pod. I ain't seen you in a
Yes.
while.
Hmm.
It's like I feel like I never talked to you.
Yesterday. Earlier
I'm like, wait a minute now.
He said I talked to you yesterday and earlier today. I only talk to him and the baby for like an hour a day every day and just stare at the baby.
Yeah, it's mainly just you two staring at each other.
Heather's
just
like, why
off
doesn't
wandering
Nas say anything? He's like, I don't know. The other day we were on the phone, Spence, and the baby wasn't up. And so Colin had the camera facing him. And I'm like, so what do we do we just look at each other now? We haven't done this in months.
Did we talk to each other? Or what are we supposed to do here?
Yeah. Can you point it at your feet or the playpen or something? Like, I don't. All right. What do we say we get into some therapizing and actually doing some real work?
I guess. Sure. Why not? I guess we have to do that.
Yeah, let's do our jobs. Let's actually like help people and stuff like that.
Gross.
So,
Alrighty then.
Colin, you hanging around for some of this, or you want to skedaddle?
I'll probably hop off.
That's what I figured.
Hey, this is your co-host Spencer, and I'm bringing you a special message from our collaborator, Silver Dollar Candles. They have great scents to go with great messages, just like Best Dad Ever, True Crime and Chill, and my personal favorite, When This Candle Is Lit, Give Me That. You can also make your own candle and message that fits you. So go use our link in our link tree to get your order placed with Silver Dollar Candles today.
Alrighty. So, Colin had to go back to being a father, I guess.
But
What he says.
Fine,
Ain't no
see.
baby there.
ain't no baby there. He's just eating jelly.
Eating chili.
Baby back ribs.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's terrible. So now we're gonna be diving back into the movie
Yeah.
after 20 minutes of talking snack.
Pretty much. We got to do something with this podcast, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, want to start off with the first scene where they are in the Space Needle Starbucks, where where they invested in Starbucks, and look at it now. It's huge, and it's called the Belgium dip.
Yep.
So, what do we want to talk about today, Nas? What are we speaking about?
So I kind of want to break down this whole Mojo thing that we talked about earlier that you stated, right? The whole theme.
Yes. The theme
is they go back in time to steal his mojo. So that's what they're talking about in that first scene. And I wanted to kind of ask you two a question and then dive into some therapy stuff.
Okay.
So after we made the jokes of Colin and all that, all the mini-me stuff, we got Slimer laughing and rolling. This Mojo thing. What in the hell is Mojo? Spence, what do you think? What do you think the Mojo is? The Mojo Man.
I think that it's pretty much just like having a swagger to you, right? It's like you have the confidence to do anything and to sleep with as many women as possible.
Oh, there we go.
Austin Powers' case.
In his case.
Yeah, in his case. Because, that's what he does. He's a spy. You have to have confidence for that. You got to be able to, get under Dr. Evil's skin and ruin his plans to rule the world. Then you also got to shag the ladies.
And so I think that's like, again, it's a funny spoof on a lot of these older spy movies.
Yeah.
007, James Bond, right? Where they're all, they're saving the world, and they're always the ladies guy, and they always get the most beautiful person. Then there's always like a punny, funny name.
Yeah.
to the women in the thing. So it's like a whole spoof the entire show. Would you?
Ivana hump a lot.
Yeah, remember that one.
Excuse me?
What?
Ivana hump a lot.
Oh. So this Mojo thing in swag, can you tell when someone's got Mojo, and not like in the sexual Mojo, even though we are going to talk about that in a second. So that's why we're kind of bringing some of these things up, because we're going to talk about a few things in a second. Can you tell when someone's got swag, or can you tell? I don't know. You know where I'm going with something like that?
Yeah, I think so. I think you can kind of tell. It's all about, I think it's more of like confidence and everything and how they talk to you and stuff like that. Now, some people, it could be with looks and everything like that, which may give them that confidence and things like that. But at the same time, I think that you can always tell by just like their persona and how they kind of carry themselves. And how it's usually people who always have like always take the time to do like little things for themselves, and then you can really tell, and then a lot of people can really tell that and be like, well, okay, this dude takes care of himself.
Yeah. This dude,
you know,
the Mojo man.
He got that mojo.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think sometimes it's speech, sometimes the way you articulate yourself. So you can still be anxious and have Mojo. You can still be socially anxious and awkward and still have Mojo, because we all got Mojo at times. I think also you're right. Clothing could be like when you see someone that just looks well, doesn't mean that they're really good at like wooing you and persuading you and like things like that, or being personable, but they got Mojo because they look well in what they're wearing.
They're putting effort into it.
Right. There's personality, there's speech, then there's also, I would say, aesthetics. Aesthetically, it's like magnificent. Num 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 num. I would say Mojo to me is the capability to woo. So some personality tests that you can take, and it's the woo, it's charismatic, that type of thing. But it doesn't always need to be. So you've also got people that got some Mojo. I would not say Colin has Mojo.
You don't think he has the mojo, that white boy mojo?
So he does clean up when he was younger, with people loving him, adoring him, and women always like him because he was always super nice, personal, good looking, athletic, quarterback. But he wasn't always the biggest speaker. And so I would still say he had Mojo, but not so much as like the being a good orator, speaker. But very awkward. Very awkward. And then you got someone like me that creates Mojo with the jokes and the humor and laughter and the, like you said, the personal touches. Instead of always putting the personal touches within myself, I pay more attention, read and react, and then the Mojo is just listening and reacting.
Yeah, I think you have more of a knowledge basis, right?
A knowledge Mojo.
You do, because you take your time to really study up on certain things and have a philosophy for certain things, right? And so people can really read that once you have a philosophy. People love philosophers. They do.
They do. Like someone posted on Threads the other day.
Right.
Wait a minute, I just lost it. They were posting on Threads about it was not about philosophy. It was about something about wisdom. And I was like, I always say wisdom is something that you earn through like struggle and trials and error. Here it is. The thread said, just act your age. And so if you feel like, because a lot of neurodivergent people feel really young and they act really young, some of them act older. And the one person's probably in their 30s and they said, I feel perpetually 19. I'm like, shit, I feel like I'm 50. So I've been 50 for a long time. I'm tired.
It hurts.
Yeah. Someone posted on Threads today. She's like, remember, it's 5 p.m. Go outside and play like your kids. And I posted as a troll, my knees hurt. We ain't going outside to go play. I'm such a troll. I literally just troll the entire time on Threads. It's been so much fun. But yeah, I know what you mean. I do take the time in certain things and I study up. Salim, what the hell do you think Mojo is? Have you heard of Mojo before? And do you think you have Mojo?
No,
You haven't heard of it,
I
or you don't think you have it?
I don't think I have it because I think Mojo is something where you sleep around with a lot of women.
Oh God, that's one version of Mojo. That's technically Austin Powers' version.
Yeah, definitely.
But you're a good talker though, and so you end up talking and chatting people up and meeting people. So isn't that Mojo or no?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I mean, you're the person with all the friends
Yeah,
at
'cause
work.
I always talk to random people.
Yeah.
To boost your confidence and stuff like that.
So just because you're not sleeping around like Austin Powers or the other spies doesn't mean that you don't have Mojo.
Yeah.
No.
I know what you mean. He means yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm confused now.
So he's like, what the hell is Mojo?
Why is it here? Why is it there? I don't get it.
That's what they have Google for. All you have to do is look it up and see what it says.
I mean, we could Google what Mojo is. Spencer, please, real quick, Google what is Mojo. It's probably gonna be something really weird.
The Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I could look it up too.
I'll have Spence do it.
Oh yeah, it is a magic charm, a talisman or spell. Someone must, and then this is like kind of like description. Someone must have their mojo working over at the record company. Whatever. That was a weird description of that.
Okay then.
But yeah, it's like a magic power like you have over somebody. It's like because when Austin Powers lost his mojo and then Dr. Evil has it, he takes like a little sip of it, and all of a sudden you just see him just being like the music cuts on.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
He's like, come here, mama.
So kind of like maybe the pinnacle of Mojo back in the day was one of my favorite actors, the funny guy, the Fonz. What movie is that from?
Fonz.
Happy Days.
Happy Days.
Happy Days, yeah.
So the Fonz, right?
I just seen that.
When Nick Winkler's like super young, and right, he's got the coat on, and he's that suave. That's Mojo. That's one
Nick
version
Winkler.
of. Yeah, well, yeah, back Henry. Then, not he's like this.
His name's Henry. Winkler.
Henry? What did I call him? Nick Winkler?
Yeah. Nick Winkler.
Close enough.
You got the guy from freaking New Girl mixed up.
Nick Miller? Nick Winkler.
Nick Miller.
It's my two favorite men. Mojo Man.
I swear, you and men.
Yeah. I got the Mojo.
Oh God.
Stories about that.
But yeah, it makes sense. I think there's Aurora or Aura, not Aurora. Aura.
Yeah. Aura. Yeah.
Aurora's a state, silly.
I think it's a city. It's also like a borealis, like a light show.
Aurora. There's Aurora. It's a city in Chicago.
It's a sports team we're going to work with in Minnesota too.
Hey, Aurora FC.
Hey, also Aura. I'm sorry. Okay, folks.
Okay.
Thank you for bearing with me on the Mojo Man. Oof. This was terrible. All right. I wanted to talk about a couple different things.
The hell?
Salim's watching TV. Mojo. So everyone that's watching this, some of us, a bunch of us that are neurodivergent, a lot of the women that are watching, right? Mojo's not going to be like predicted in this show, but it could be something as like we talked about confidence, like Spencer said, being able to talk, being able to public speaking, just being cordial with people and nice and kind, but also could be a lot of listening things as well. So when someone loses their mojo, I technically in therapy would think, oh, you lost your mojo. I feel like they would be in a state of depression. So kind of like Austin Powers in this show, I think he's like in somewhat of a state of depression, isn't he, for a while?
Yeah, because he had his mojo all the time, and then all of a sudden he lost it, and he doesn't think like he can live up to like the standards to what the other spy thinks she wants.
There you go. Like so I see Mojo in therapy as like a student client has their swag, meaning they have their light, their spark. So going back to this pod we just did on Soul, which everyone should check out. Soul, finding your spark in therapy. someone loses their spark, so they can no longer do anything that they enjoy. They're disconnected from friends. They're not playing their games. They're not going to classes. They're not talking to their parents. Not eating well. Like, they lose their mojo, their will to like kind of live. To me, mojo is therapeutically will to live. For us and everyone else, it's probably going to be more charisma.
Right.
Can you be the number one superstar? Are you, you know, Steph Curry and charismatic, or are you like Kawhi Leonard and don't say much? Which is, he's neurodivergent, FYI, I guarantee it. And so, you know, sometimes in therapy we use this as we're trying to work on what led to this, what's going on, and then we talk about medicine. So some folks need medicine because there's some chemical imbalances. Sometimes they just need an extra push. And specifically, since we were talking about some more sexual stuff today, some dysfunction, I want to talk about SSRIs and how one of the side effects is actually libido decrease. So literally kind of losing some of your mojo. And so you'll see it more common in our male clients, where there will be antidepressants will not only decrease their libido, but it'll hurt their ability to become aroused. This is a podcast. We can talk about these things, folks. It's fine. Because the medicine is getting their nervous system to calm down, sometimes, most of the time, it's going to vasodilate and help them relax and chill. Thus, the blood's not going to be flowing to certain areas. Same thing's going to happen with a lot of my women as well. The libido decrease will happen. So I'm not a doctor, so I can't recommend any meds to anyone. But there's certain meds that have less of that side effect, and that one is called Lexapro or escitalopram. Which, if they have bad side effects to the other ones, then they usually go to this one. For some of my women, because I know a lot of women watch the podcast, right? It's one of our main demographics, LGBTQ and neurodivergent individuals. So it's another reason why we're trying to bring on some of these candles and soaps, different sponsors. Is when you go talk to these doctors, and this is a super serious moment now, if you feel like your medicine is messing with you, and they say, no, that doesn't happen with this, or that shouldn't be an issue with this, don't be afraid to like, okay, I don't know, or maybe I'll just go with you. If you know it's affecting you, then state your cause. So let's say they say try it for 2 more weeks and let's see what happens. At that time, you have to cut into the doctor and be like, no, I'm done. I've seen it over and over and over. My women will have dysfunction issues, libido issues. And the doctor's like, I shouldn't be doing that. And my client's like, it's doing it. Well, the doctor will be like, oh, maybe it's depression that's causing this. They're like, no, I actually feel pretty good. But there's these other issues that's impairing it. And now I'm what? Am I asexual now? I don't know what's going on. What is going on? Am I too anxious and the medicine's not working and that's why there's dysfunction? Talking about these issues is very scary because who wants to talk about sex? Scary thing to talk about sex. It's a lot of TMI stuff. As a therapist, talk about it all the time. Talked about it today with clients. Right. It is what it is. I told the young man today, I said, hey, I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm cool with it. Just want to make sure you're cool with it. But we're getting ready to dive in. He's like, okay, fuck it. Let's do it. And we end up making a lot of connections in therapy around some dysfunction issues. But I've seen it where my women, especially when they're working with male doctors, they'll get pushed to the side. I've seen it with a lot of my clients just wanting different medication because this one ain't working because the anxiety, it's not under control. And my clients will recommend medicines that they've heard or Googled. And, that's not always appropriate to Google things and then to ask for that. But I had a client recently that said that, hey, there's issues. And the doc said, hey, right, that shouldn't be happening. And the kid's like, hey, man, it's happening. Like, we need to switch. And then the doctor said something funny. Like, oh, maybe it's just your cycle. Or maybe this is I don't know what type of woman's issue this is. It was something derogatory. My kid got mad. I said, this is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to say. This is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to say. You're going to speak up for yourself. I said, how'd it go next time? She said, I cut into him just like you said, and everything was cool. I said, good. From now on, you don't ever let anyone punk you in the office like that. You know your body. They don't. I got another client that went in the doctor about stomach issues. And, the doctor's like, oh, nothing's wrong with you. She's like, I'm bloated as shit. Something is wrong. I need you to listen to me. So then they did some extra tests. They found out that there was something wrong. She had some bacteria. Spence, with my medicine I was on for my sugar, I told the doctor, I said, hey man, I'm passing out in the gym. This is the old one. I said, I'm literally like passing out. I almost crashed my car. They're like, whoa, that's not supposed to affect your sugar like that. I'm telling you, it's affecting my sugar like that. They switched the medicine, never an issue, ever again. Obviously, that issue was messing me up. So I go over this because one of the big side effects is loss of libido, loss of mojo. And I want folks to advocate for themselves when they go talk to these doctors. Do not be afraid if this comes up, if you kind of lose the mojo, right? Because this was going to happen. The doc's going to, before I get into that, you're going to think that something's wrong with you that's not connected to the medicine and that you're no longer attracted to your partner. And that's going to make you think that maybe you're not in love with your partner, or maybe there's something wrong with your relationship, when it quite very well could be the medicine that you're on. So sometimes tweaking that, I'm not a doctor, so can't make recommendations, but sometimes tweaking that, or talking to your doctor first, talking to your partner, making sure everyone's communicating. And if you got a therapist, talk about it. Is it that legit you're not interested in your partner? You're like, no, I love my partner, this, and that. Are you attracted to them? They say, yeah, I'm attracted to them. Then something else is going on. And the common thing, the denominator must be the SSRI that's taking away the mojo. Do not be afraid to talk about sexual issues in the office. I don't care what gender you are, what ethnicity, what religion you are. If you got any mojo that's being stripped from you, talk about it. Because, hey, I don't know if you noticed Spencer's name, but we's what we call sexual animals. Technically, our bodies are made to reproduce. Not saying that everyone needs to, not saying that you need to have kids, not to, right, but this is the thing that our biologies are kind of hardwired for. So in a relationship that could be dependent on sex, not saying that it has to be. But if it is, talk about it. That's one topic. A little long-winded there, but a very serious thing that probably no one ever talks about. Especially my men. You know how hard it is for a dude to come in there and be like, so.
It doesn't work.
Yes, pretty much. I'm like, okay, super common, dude.
Yeah.
So, and some of my boys, I let them know ahead of time, like, hey, this could happen. And I'd be like, we gonna stick with the panic attacks, or we're gonna lose a little bit of libido? And some of them will be like, I'll stick with the panic attacks. And I'm like, okay.
I'm slanging that thing, so I can't stop it now.
I guess so. I'm like, hey man, we can try a couple different things, right? But you know, it's hard with college age men, college age women, right? I mean, this is technically where people are doing a lot of things. All right. Got that out of the way.
Yes.
Spencer or Salim, did you see the part where what's the lady's name? The woman
Frau. Just call Frau.
Yeah. Did you see the part where she's
one with the
Yeah. Did you see her where she sprayed Mini-Me with the gun? The water gun?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
You know, they say sometimes like
I've seen this movie so many times.
You have?
Oh yeah, I borrowed it from Tony. Tony has the movie at his house. I used to watch it off of him.
Oh, there you go. That type of spraying, I make jokes about it in therapy. I'm like, what you need is someone just to spray you when you're about to do something you shouldn't. You know, just picture me like right behind you and just give you a little squirt when you're not about to do your homework.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
No.
Don't say that.
I feel like I can't say anything because
no, you can't. You can't say any type of squirt at
all.
No,
you need
they'll understand.
Yeah. You need a behavior modification water gun to the knee.
No upper body at all. Just straight kneecap.
To the knee. I make jokes of this, but I'm not going to lie. When I used to be in my office, not so much recently, students would say something sideways about themselves or what they're doing, or Naj, you're going to be disappointed, and they'll say it, and then I'll take one of the toys off my desk and just wing it at them.
Nice. Of course.
Oh, that was a yawn. Yeah. We boring you?
I guess so.
I remember I'd give like these massive lectures at the old school at St. Mary's, so you just be passed out in front of 300 people.
It must be okay since he's doing it. So.
Yeah, the whole gymnasium's just asleep.
Pass out.
What the hell are they staring at? Oh, it's me passed out.
They're staring at you.
It's just me.
So you wake up, huh? What? Go turn off the lights. Okay. That's a funny thing. So behavior modification, it's a thing that people want to do with a lot of neurodivergent people, especially when they're young. Behavior analytics and all that stuff. It's like super messed up in a lot of ways. I use it in a very funny way. I use it to help people. Like, hey, if you're gonna say horrible shit about yourself, I'll let you get away with it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Language means something, people. So when you use certain terms to identify yourself, to identify other people, right? It means something in the words that you say. And I'm not just talking about like, isms, racism, sexism, homophobia, and all that stuff. I mean, like certain ways you talk about yourself with disgust or contempt. Using a lot of shoulds. I should do this. Shooting all over yourself, it stinks. Don't do it. I don't like you when you shit on yourself, Spencer. Yeah, it's a thumbs
Never
up.
happens. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting because I saw myself. No.
Mm-hmm.
Don't text your ex. No. Okay. Spencer brought up something. Ooh, I missed it. I forgot one thing. For folks that are watching, another good visual metaphor is when Mini-Me has a cat. And he's like, nope, don't bite it. I feel like Celine would probably bite it and nibble on it.
A little bit.
Do you like cat ears?
No. What? Do I like tigers?
Tigers, cat ears.
Oh, I'm about to say, man. What? No.
Well, I mean, you used to eat pork rinds, same thing. The little cat ear.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
I'll put that no more. That has too many cholesterol in it.
Lot.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just like dipped in straight grease, pig skins.
Yeah, it's pork intestine, isn't it? Like dried up pork intestine?
I think it's like pig stomach. Yeah, pig stomach.
Pig skin.
Yeah.
No, it's skin. Yeah, it's skins. Yeah, no, yeah, because the hairs would still be on it when we ate it from the store.
I think I had pork rinds like once, and I was like,
yeah, there's pork
great.
rinds, and then there's like the real pork rinds where it's like legit eating the skin.
Lovely. What a lovely
Mexican
thing.
delicatessen.
Yeah, I used to eat those things with like a bottle of those hot sauce and stuff like that back in the day.
Oh yeah, oh man, good times. Yeah, you'd be chewing on it for hours. Yeah, that's probably why I got TMJ.
Like, are you still eating that one? Like, yeah, it's hard as a rock, but okay.
While my dog was eating the pig ear, I'm just eating the cow ear.
Just trading up. Yeah, cat ear. It's totally different.
Cat, completely different. So, coping skill. A lot of you have animals. A lot of you love animals, right? Petting the kitty, playing with the cat, having them sit on you, very comfortable. I have a lot of clients when I meet with on Zoom. They got their animal just sitting right there on top of them, just chilling, vibing out. Something I thought when I was like, oh, trying to murder that cat. No, we love the cat. The cat is our coping skill. Yes. All right. Spence, let's move on to scene 2.
Yes. Where Fat Bastard brings Dr. Evil, the Mojo they promised. And so, and then, of course, Fat Bastard is introduced to Mini-Me. He's like, he looks like a baby.
He's like drooling.
He was spitting all over himself.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel when a client brings up food in the office. I'm like, oh, it's a baby.
It's a baby. Yeah, my belly.
Yep. And so what I think the rest of it is, he does the deal. He gives him the mojo, and then he tries to steal or like take
he
the
tried to reason with him. He was like, hey, you can keep your money. I just want the baby.
Mm-hmm.
You're lucky, William man.
Do you know what would be a good movie after this?
What?
Gold Member.
Gold Member's
I mean, it is the third one, yeah.
I have the DVD somewhere in my room.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, showing off now.
Yeah. Well, another reason why we did this is because, right, they're supposedly doing number 4. So
supposedly, we'll see. We'll see. I hope so, but then I kind of don't, because it's like, tangent here.
Go ahead.
Goldmember is like, it's not as good as like the
Nope.
first two, you know? Because then you had Beyonce, and I don't want to talk about Beyonce because her fans are fucking insane. So I'm not gonna go there. But, yeah,
I think
wasn't Oscar worthy.
No.
But you know, I just think that, you know, I hope he doesn't lose like the humor they had in the first, in all of them. But at the same time, the world's changed so much. It's like, can you even have that type of humor anymore?
So that was my thing. Is I was gonna say is can you have characters named Fat Bastard without people freaking out?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Can you
can't
have
do any of
Mini
that.
Me? So there is maybe some things that people could take offense to, and I get that. But then also, like, this is good humor. Mike Myers is known as a really good dude, and he's playing all the characters himself. I think that type of humor is just awesome, that you can play all these characters and they can mush it all together. So him and some of the Waynes, Eddie Murphy, some of the Waynes family members can do it really well too.
That's true.
Not many people can pull it off. I'm not sure if that humor is still around. Like, I'm not sure if people will still like that humor.
That's what I'm saying. Because we watched the Pentaveret, which I liked. Had some really good moments in there. But at the same time, I don't think people all around like the show and stuff like that. So I'm like, I hope he can kind of stick and bring back like the humor in things and really make it funny.
And the punnies, the punniness, right? The puns.
The puns were like the top tier, everything.
Yes.
And he was just making fun of everything. And I was like, it was great.
If they get the right directors and they make sure that it's cringy, like punny, like The Office and stuff like that, where it's just like, ugh.
Yeah. I will say though, in the first one, there was a scene where the lady lead was like drunk and stuff, and she was like, "Come on, let's do stuff." He was like, "No, you're drunk, can't do that." Which I was like, "Wow, actually, you know."
Oh yeah, he's got some good morals in the show too. Yeah, he's not horrible. Yeah, they never went too sideways with really with women.
No, he just likes sleeping with them. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, well,
he's
that's
just a horn dog. What are you gonna do?
And the reason why I thought we wanted to show these scenes because it was hilarious to bring up Colin in the similarities between me, Colin, his daughter, and me and Salim.
Yeah,
I think this Fat Bastard scene is. I think as someone that is neurodivergent that gets things stuck in their head, it's so hard for me to. Anytime I hear the word Chili's, I instantly think baby back ribs. So that's the commercial, but then also this show. And then I think of him, baby back ribs.
Baby back ribs.
Chili's, baby back ribs.
Baby back ribs.
Get in my belly. So a lot of us that were big dudes, or maybe you were a big individual just in general, right? Doesn't matter what gender. We related to this character 100%. So I love it. Maybe others will be offended by it. I love it because I related to it. Like when we sit down at a restaurant, we're like, "Get in my belly." We used to say this all the time when we were younger. When the show came out, we would make so much fun because we identified with him. So that's why I appreciate it as someone. I think that since this is Austin Powers playing these two characters, playing Dr. Evil there, then he's playing Fat Bastard in the scene, right? Because Austin Powers isn't in there, and then you got Little Mini Me that's technically a microcosm of Dr. Evil. The way you could therapize this and use this as a metaphor, folks.
Ooh, metaphors.
Is you got these different versions of yourself we talk about all the time. You got Dr. Evil that's got certain thoughts and certain things. You got Mini-Me that's got his own personalities that's in your head bopping around. And then you got this probably other really hungry, maniacal side of yourself that's like this super spy and like a terrible person, Fat Bastard. In the third movie, I think he loses weight. Doesn't he lose weight? And he's like got depression and all that?
No, it was mainly about his dad and him and their relationship. And how his dad was never there. Oh, okay. Are you talking about Fat Bastard?
Yeah, Fat Bastard.
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight, and then he had the excess skin. He was like, "My neck looks like a vagina."
Yeah. So, and he ends up talking about his.
Wasn't it in this one that he loses the weight, or was it in the next
next
two?
one?
It was the third
next
one.
one. Yeah, the next one.
Yeah.
So I think that one can use that as using Mike Myers and having all these different voices, same character, just a different human within it. No, sorry, same human, just different characters that are part of you. Always think that with like Eddie Murphy, like how can you get in the role of all these personalities?
Usually it's around people that they know, right? That's how they usually do it. Like Seth MacFarlane, he does it amazingly in every show that he's in.
Yeah, just like Tyler Perry.
Oh,
Tyler Perry too.
Tyler Perry too.
Tyler Perry does it. The old man and Medea. Joe. So funny. It's
Joe and Medea, and then sometimes it'll be like other characters. It's just some people hate on a lot of Tyler Perry things. I mean, for being super low budget, I think they're not. Most of them ain't bad.
His earlier stuff was amazing. Like it was really funny, had deep moments. And then kind of now it's like it's low budget, but so like he's not really putting the effort in because he's like, I got a headquarters in Atlanta. I don't really.
He's doing like a million different things, and mostly he's like directing and producing now, right?
Right.
So I feel like Medea thing's probably just what he does for fun.
Yeah, totally.
All right, so let's end in a second. I'm gonna talk about some neurodivergent stuff. I got a wonderful comment in the other day, so by the time this comes out, it'll be a couple weeks old. Folks were saying, "Hey, thank you for the podcast. It's really helping me understand my son and like what's going on and like how to relate to them, how to understand them, what's going on." And so I love that we're reaching a lot of people. Not every podcast is about autism, right? But there's always a twist and always a vibe. So if those of you that are always coming for autism related content, continue to watch, continue to listen. I'll always sprinkle that in there. And it was very heartwarming to read that. We haven't had a really good comment, like a long comment. There's a lot of good comments, but a long one like that, like biography, probably a couple months. And it just really very heartwarming to know that me and Spencer are having like this massive impact in helping out kids and parents. So with these things with neurodivergence,
hey, are you a nerd? Do you like pins? If you're like any of our followers and you said yes, you should check out our collaboration with Pinfinity. They have Power Rangers pins, Transformers pins, and for all of our bronies out there, My Little Pony pins. Go check out our link tree or use our code DSP to get 20% off your Pinfinity order today.
If you see that your kid's on the spectrum, I'm not diagnosing you, but if you see that your child is on the spectrum, you know that they got it from somewhere. So either one of you is neurodivergent and has it coursing through the blood system, or know that there could be other things that happen at birth and all that stuff. Most likely one of you is neurodivergent. And the cool thing about us, our folks, our people, everyone on this podcast, is that when we tend to partner with other people that are neurodivergent. So sometimes I'll be asking clients like, hey, it's aunts, uncles, mom. And then you're like, oh yeah, it's probably dad. And then we start talking about mom and like, oh, it's probably mom and dad. So it's usually a little both. Neurodivergence may not be like your kid. It might just be that the parent's really obsessive, really OCD. Maybe they just overthink. Maybe they're anxious. Maybe it's ADHD. Like even with like Colin's kid, they're just a normal baby, but they're very wiry. And Colin's very wiry. So it just makes complete sense that she's his identical twin. And now she looks exactly like him. And so me and Colin have had conversations, if she is neurodivergent and some things to look out for and some things on how to talk to her and to soothe her. I can tell that she has some sensitivity issues, some texture things. Now that she's more autonomous and she can sit up on her own, she's cruising, she's vibing. But she likes to go already at a very young age. And I think that's what Colin was. That's what I was as well. I don't know about Salim as a kid, as a baby. If he was like very spunky, I'm not sure. He's completely into a show.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
What?
Salim, were you a spunky baby, an ADHD baby, or like a kid? Were you hyperactive or no?
No clue. I don't know. You would have to ask Dad.
I asked Dad.
Just bring
You
the whole
might know.
family on.
Bring the whole family on, yeah. I mean, I didn't realize how close I was to my dad until I got like older. The anxiety, the overthinking, the ADHD, the really hard to read or to remember of what the fuck I just read. A lot of different things. I'm like, well, I'm definitely my father's son. Yes, I said that right.
There you go. My son's father. Wait a minute. Nope.
When you see these things, man, think about it. If your therapist or a psychiatrist or doctor says like, hey, your kid's neurodivergent, don't be angry at yourself. You didn't do anything wrong. Don't be angry at the kid because they sure as hell didn't do anything wrong. Start to do some introspection, from reflection on who you are in your life and kind of start putting some puzzle pieces together. Why do I say this? Because I don't want you to say to one of my kids or to me, their therapist, will my son live a normal life? Will my daughter be happy and marry? Your daughter's happy now. I don't fuck you. What else do you want? Your daughter's happy now. Well, I want them to dress a certain way. I want them to wear like legit dresses. Your daughter's going to wear all black pants and hoodies. That's it. They're happy. They're a good person. They go to class. I'm not sure what else that you want. A lot of parents have issues like letting go of like the child or the idea of who they would be or who they would marry or who their grandchildren. Do your best to not judge the kids on the idea that you thought they would be. Let them kind of grow into, I don't have any kids. I get it. So you can hate on me on that. I'm just saying as a therapist that works with, over 2,000 kids now in my career, probably more.
Right.
Because I work with like 200 per year. And I've been doing it for 9 years. So it's more. I wanted to say that. There's a lot of genetic familiar things. And this is the next thing, Spence, is I hooked up our link tree. Where I found this, I figured it out. I was talking to one of our guests that's coming on, an awesome therapist, black woman that's coming on, and we're going to talk about Batman, 2022 version. And I seen, and she showed me that she's got book recommendations, and she's got a list from Amazon. So I put a list in Amazon on all these books that I recommended. For neurodivergent women, there's Unmasking Autism. There's also Autism in Heels, wonderful book. For family members, anyone that wants to learn about Autism in Heels is one of my favorite books. There's tons of people to watch and listen to. There's stuff about trauma, eating disorders. I've got it all. It's not free. Like you have to buy it from Amazon, but it is in there as book recommendations. The next thing I got is fidget toys, Spence, and so all the fidget toys that are in my office are on our link tree in our thing. Yeah. And so you can go in and have a blast. And why do I put these in there? Because these are all the number one things that are played with in my office with all my adults. These aren't just like folks that you're like, oh, they're definitely on the spectrum. These are just normal people like me that just like to play with shit.
Maybe we'll have to get a different spectrums fidget toy at some point.
I was going to talk to you about that, but then I forgot. But if we're going to start doing these Comic-Con things, and we're going to have to give out some swag me and Dad talked about, and so there's super cheap websites to get it for like 10 cents.
Don't have to go too fancy.
No. So that's the thing, folks. We're going to probably end up doing some of these sit-down things. Not now, but that's the next step in the evolution.
In the future.
In the future is tabling. Events, probably sporting games as well.
Yes. Cool.
So I want to talk about neurodivergence like that, related to families, mini-me's, and if they are like you, awesome. If they're like the other parent, awesome. Do your best not to sit in shame if you find out that the kid's neurodivergent or happens to have a little bit more issues or learning dysfunctions and stuff like that. They have differing abilities. Please don't go with disabled speech. Differing abilities. If anyone says that your kid is, disabled, this and that, no, they get different abilities. They're good at all this other shit. They're not good at the shit you want them to be at. You're not a good person just because you know how to read and write. You're not a bad person because you don't know how to read and write. Right? I can barely fucking read and write. I got a doctorate. It has nothing to do with intelligence. I'm gonna leave you with this and then we'll go. A human, wonderful human comes into my office, and they said, I'm failing my test. I can't get my test done enough. I can't read fast enough. I'm stupid. So you ain't stupid, boy. Ain't no way you're stupid. And then we start talking, and it turns out mom got the same issues. And so they both have what we call dyslexia. and possibly ADHD. And I said, join the fucking team. I've got it too. It's a struggle to write anything. And Spencer knows, we've talked about it, me sending text messages. It makes no sense. I put stuff in. It's chaos. Talk to your kids. Talk to your students. If they're struggling with these issues or they feel like little mini versions of you, or let's say you struggle with anxiety, reading issues, learning issues, talk to your kids because maybe they struggle with it too and they're holding on to that. They just don't ever want to tell you. And that's the thing that me and Colin will be making sure that baby Everly is like legit because me and him struggled a lot in school. And so we're going to make sure she doesn't hold that shit in and feel like she's dumb. Because me and Colin ain't dumb. So we're going to make sure that she doesn't believe that she's dumb. So I took us in a couple different paths today, Spence.
Yes.
Love that we got to have some fun and talk. Excited about the book recommendations and all the new Linktree stuff. But yeah, that's my bit. Spence, you got anything? Any sauce? You got any barbecue sauce to put on these ribs? Wow.
We're going to end on that. Yeah.
Tasty?
Yep. Nope, not at all.
I feel like those Victoria's Secret pants that just say juicy.
What the hell are you talking about?
Watch out for the new different merch. Juicy.
Tasty. We can't use
Tasty.
juicy. We'll get sued. Tasty.
Yeah, let's do tasty.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds horrible.
Alrighty. And with it.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
I don't think anyone wants to buy a juicy shirt.
A tasty bottom? You don't like a tasty? Who doesn't like a tasty bottom?
Yeah,
all right,
tasty.
let's get out.
But bad news is that you can't use that because that's already a name brand.
I just said that.
All right.
I'm an idiot.
I'm an
idiot.
I don't
You're
like
fine.
when fathers and sons fight with each other, so let's end it here. Okay.
Hey, that's not my fault. He's my brother, not my father.
Well, let's go into Walmart and see what they say.
Thank you, everybody, for Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Like we said before, go to Bubs Naturals, Cure Hydration, Pinfinity, and Silver Dollar Candle to get 20% off your entire order. Use the code DSP20 for Bubs Naturals and Cure Hydration. I think Pinfinity and Silver Dollar Candle are just DSP.
Yep.
If I'm correct.
Pinfinity is DSP. I've got it listed in the link tree. For Silver Dollar, there is none. You just click on our link tree and you use that link in the tree. There's no code. There's just our link.
There you go. So then just do that. Just go to our link tree. Be easy to use. Has all the information there. Also, if you use any of our if you use our link tree for any of like the Google Docs and things like that, leave a tip. Leave a little tip, you know,
little donation. It really does help to get those because we put a lot of money into this podcast and a lot of effort.
Yes.
And so we appreciate the people that have donated and the people that have helped like sponsor us. So people have paid to listen to the pod. So subscribe is the word.
Subscribe. And then also go check out our merch. We have some great things on there. Everything's in the link tree. So go ahead and just do that. And then shout out to Aurora FC. They had a nice season. I think they were 13-1, but lost in the semifinals or something like that to Indiana, I believe.
Okay.
It's Indiana.
What is this Aurora FC? What sport is this?
Soccer.
It's women's soccer.
Oh, soccer.
And it's a team that we're going to be working with very soon. And we're going to be doing some really funny interviews with some players and teammates. We're not going to spoil the fun yet.
Yes, not yet.
Sweet.
So shout out to them.
I can't wait to watch it.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun.
Number one.
I usually do watch them.
There you go.
Thank
That's
you.
our Indiana folks right there. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I'm Spencer. That's Naz. This is a Different Spectrums podcast. And thank you, Celine, for coming on. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. See y'all.
All right, everyone.
He's about to hop off right now.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Much love. And remember, take care of yourself.
Or don't.
And that's completely up to you. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.